तन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुर्गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् अपार करुणा सिन्धुं ज्ञानदं शान्तरूपिणं श्रीचन्द्रशेखर गुरुं प्रणमामि मुदान्वहम्। परित्यज्य मौनं वठादस्थितिं च व्रजन् भारतस्य प्रदेशात् प्रदेशं मधुस्यन्ति वाचा जनान् धर्ममार्गेण यन् श्रीजयेन्द्रो गुरुर्वाति चित्ते नमामि शङ्करान् वाक्यविजयेन्द्र सरस्वती श्रीगुरुं शिष्टमार्गानुनेतारं सन्मतिप्रदं सत्यनारायणक्षेत्रा सत्यव्रतमुपागतम् आश्रये कामकोटीशं सत्यश्रीचन्द्रशेखरं सद्गुरुचरणारविन्दाभ्यां नमः। श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम्. So, in this adhyayam called as Karma Yoga, Krishna is talking about the attitude with which we all have to do karma. We don't have to worry about the jnani, we don't have to worry about the ajnani, because we are neither jnani, we are neither complete ajnani. And for people like you and I, the name is called as mumukshu, a person who wants moksha, moksha icha. So what is the attitude with which the mumukshu has to do karma? Krishna told in the 30th shloka, Mai sarvani karmani sanyasyadhyatma chetasa nirashir nirmamo bhutva yudhyasya vigata jwaraha, says Krishna. Hey Arjuna, for all those people who are mumukshus, they let them do whatever karma they want. At the end of the day or at the end of each karma, let them offer all those karmas as well as karma phalams onto me. When you do karma phala parityaga, then papa punyam will not get associated with them, and because of the absence of papa and punya, they will get moksha. And Krishna is emphasizing this point through the following two shlokas. This is the scientific pedagogy that our scriptures will follow. So normally it will have one statement. Okay, the phalam of the statement is this. The meaning of the statement is this. And then if the scriptures want to reiterate the statement, it will say those who follow the statement will get these phala. Those who do not follow the statement have all these effect. Right. So it is like I have an medicine. This medicine is for this condition, paracetamol. Paracetamol is for headache. Those who take paracetamol will get cured of the headache. Those who do not take paracetamol, their headache will not be cured. We can make these statements, right? So why do we make the statement? In order to emphasize the applications of paracetamol. In the same way, in order to emphasize the karma yoga, Krishna is going to make these statements. Those who follow this path, what is the path? Doing karma and dedicating the karma phala onto Bhagavan, they will go to moksha. Those who do not follow this path, meaning what? People who do not renounce their karma phala unto Bhagavan, they are not going to go to moksha. That is the logic behind these two shlokas. ये मे मदमिदं नित्यम् अनुतिष्ठन्ति मानवाः श्रद्धावन्तः अनसूयन्तः मुच्यन्ते तेऽपि कर्मभिः ते अपि कर्मभिः मुच्यन्ते. Much, to get freed, freedom. Only with this thing moksha came. Moksha means freedom from the cycle of birth and death. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jatare shayanam. Moksha, to get relieved of all these samsara. Who will get relieved of all these samsara? Ye me madam idam nityam anutishtanti manava. Those people who follow this abhipraya of mine. What is the abhipraya of mine? Do the karma phala parityaga unto Bhagavan. And with what attitude we should do that karma phala parityaga? Shraddhavantaha anasuyantaha. Shraddha is very, 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 very important in everything, including spiritual progress. I might have told this before. Mantram, Devatai, Aushadhi, all these things will work according to your level of Shraddha. Somebody says, okay, you have this condition. If you chant this mantra, you will get cured of this condition. How will that happen now? To the level of your Shraddha. If I have Shraddha and chant the mantra, you will get cured. If I have Shraddha and eat medicine, you will get cured. If I have Shraddha on the particular Devata and worship the Devata, you will get cured. If I don't have Shraddha, then no matter how much ever medicine you buy, how much ever costly medicine you buy, you will not get cured. It is actually scientifically proven fact. That is why in hospitals and all, they say you have to maintain a positive attitude, right? If you are taking a medicine, you have to worship, you have to believe that, okay, this medicine is going to cure my disease, and then eat the medicine. In olden days, we used to have this habit. Achyutananda Govinda Namocharana Bheshajat Nashyanti Sakala Roga Satyam Satyam Vadamyaham. This Achyuta, Ananta, and Govinda. Achyuta, Ananta, and Govinda. These three namas are called as Namatrayi Vidya. I mean, this is not related to Bhagavad Gita, but I want to tell. This is called as Namatrayi Vidya. The phalan of this Vidya is Sarva Vyadhi Prashamani. So if you have any disease, just by chanting Achyutananda Govinda, Achyutananda Govinda, Achyutananda Govinda, Achyutananda Govinda, or Achyutaya Namaha, Anantaya Namaha, Govindaya Namaha, Achyutaya Namaha, Anantaya Namaha, Govindaya Namaha, Achyutaya Namaha, Anantaya Namaha, Govindaya Namaha. That Nama itself will get cured of your diseases. And people used to do, okay, I take a medicine, right? I have BP or sugar, or I have a very chronic condition or an acute condition. And people in olden days, they take that medicine, they will say Achyutananda Govinda and eat that medicine. They have Shraddha in medicine. They also have Shraddha in the Nama. They also have Shraddha in the Mahamantra, Namatrayi Vidya. So that is why they say, even when you take medicine, you should have Shraddha. Without Shraddha, without faith, Shraddha na another Vishwasam. In this context, Shraddha means Guru Shastra Vishwasam. Vishwasam, belief in the words of Guru and Shastra. In the case of medicine, Shraddha is doctor Vishwasam. Vishwasam on doctor and the particular medicine. So that you need to have Shraddha. That you need to have Shraddha is non-negotiable, whether there are secular matters or spiritual matter. So that is why Krishna here says, Shraddhavantaha anasuyantaha. Do not have asuya on Bhagavan. Without asuya, if you have Shraddha, this part will work. Okay, what about the other people? Is there any other way? In order to tell that there is no other way to go, Shastra will back up the statement, will follow the statement with a negative statement, saying that, okay, if people who do not follow this, where will they go? Ye tu etadapyasuryantaha nanutishtanti me matam sarvajnana vimudam sthana vidhi nashtana achetasaha sarvajnana vimudam sthana nashtana vidhi. அவன் பொறப்பே வேஸ்ட் நஷ்டம். Because Krishna is not condemning them. Krishna is not telling them that they are going to go to Naraka. That is the beauty of our Sanatana Dharma. He will never say only when you follow this you will go to heaven, otherwise everybody is going to go to hell. Krishna does not say that. What does Krishna say? If you follow this, you will get moksha. If not, you are again going to be born. If you do lot of punya, you can be born as a deva. There is nothing wrong in that. But again, there is going to be a birth. People who do not follow this opinion of mine, this matam of mine, what is that? Offering karma phala tyaga onto Bhagavan, they are not going to get moksha. They are going to be born again. Next shloka 33. Sadrisham cheshtate swasyaha prakritehe jnanavanapi prakritim yanti bhutani nigraha kim karishyati. So, for those people who are jnanis, or for those people who do not follow the teachings of Bhagavan, for those people who do not follow the teachings of Bhagavan, jnanavanapi, even though he has got jnana, swasyaha prakrite sadrisham cheshtate. Even a jnani has to undergo the karma phalam from his previous janmas. Right? Jnani has karma. Remember, if there is no karma, if there is no papa punyam, then the body itself will not be there. The very fact that jnani has got a body means that he has got some karma to spend in this janma. And again, the karma phala can be punya karma or papa karma. Because if the jnani, all the karma that is left in for him is only punya karma, then the jnani would not have taken birth as humans. I think I have told you before. Sanchita karma, agami karma, prarabdha karma, I would have told. And prarabdha is the karma that Bhagavan sends us with. The karma that will be depleted on a particular janma. If the prarabdha has got only punya, then the person will be taking birth as deva. If the prarabdha is only papa, then the person will be pasu pakshi mrigadayaha. So he will be taking birth as cows, all the animals, plants, etc. If the prarabdha karma is a mix of punyam and papam, then they will be taking a human body. So jnani takes a human body, which means that the jnani has got both punyam and papam. So punyam is going to give him sukham, papam is going to give him dukkham. So even a jnani, even though he is a jnani, despite getting jnanam, the jnani also does some karma, because nobody can remain in this body without doing a karma. The next shloka, Krishna will explain that very clearly. So even a jnani, he will have an indriya nigraha. Indriya nigraha, and you can take a jnani, put him in a spot where no other persons exist. Right? Just feed him. Shut all the doors. Jnani is shutting his eyes. So it looks as if he is not doing any karma. But what about his mind? His mind will always do karma. So this ordinary indriya nigraham will not help. You have to bring the change from your inside. Why? The next shloka, Krishna says, Indriyasyendriyasyarthe ragadveshau vyavasthitau tayor na vashamagachet tauhyasya paripanthino. Very, 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 very important shloka, relevant for all of us. Because especially when a person who is pursuing the spiritual path, we all will face this. No, I want to be spiritual. But in a moment of weakness, I do something wrong. I even have people coming and talking to me with regarding to their problems. So they will say, Shyamji, I am listening to Upanishads for all these years. I am listening to Bhagavad Gita for all these years. There was an adverse situation in my office. I have reacted to that adverse situation. Right. I have reacted adversely in a not so pleasant manner in that adverse situation. But now, when I think back, I know that what I have done is wrong. Right now when I think about it, I know that what I have done is wrong. I should not have done that. Having listened to Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads for all those years, it is unbecoming of me to do such things. But I have done it. Does it mean that whatever I have listened to in my previous, all the Bhagavad Gita lectures, it all has gone to waste? I am completely ashamed of myself. So all these things people will tell. It is what Krishna is also telling here. See, we all are humans. We all have vasanas. We all are born with karma phala. We all are born with some prarabdha karma. As I have told you before, prarabdha is going to be a mixture of punyam and papam. The punya palam is going to give you a nudge to do more punyam. The papam is going to give you a nudge to do more papam. Right? And on top of that, you have got your sense organs, your mind, who has got anadi vasana. Right? My sense organs has got lots of vasanas. My mind has got lots of vasanas. The vasanas can be good vasanas or bad vasanas. Right? It is all there. Indriyasya indriyasyarthe. So, all of my indriyas, including my mind, they will always have longing to do things what they want. You cannot control that. In West, there is this concept called as fatalism or free will. நம்மளுக்குமே உண்டு, விதிப்படிதான் நடக்கும் அப்படின்னு. அதுக்கப்புறம் சொல்லுவா விதியை மதியால் வெல்லலாம். எல்லாமே விதிப்படிதான் நடக்கும்னா நமக்கு இந்த ஜென்மாங்கிறதே தேவையில்லை. நம்ம பிரயத்தனமே பட வேண்டாம். ஸோ நமக்கு விதிப்படி நடக்கும். விதிங்கிறது இந்த இடத்துல வாசனைன்னு வச்சுக்கணும். ஸோ யுவர் மைண்ட் இஸ் ஆல்ரெடி ப்ரோக்ராம்டு. Right. Your mind is programmed to act in certain way. Who wrote the program? Not Bhagavan. You yourself have written because of your previous janma. That we have to understand. You just cannot put all the burden onto Bhagavan. Hey, Bhagavan என்னோட மைண்ட் இப்படி படைச்சுட்டார், அது பண்ண முடியாது. நம்ம தான் பண்ணிருக்கோம். We are responsible for our vasanas. So your mind is programmed to do certain things. Your body is programmed to do certain things. You all have individual raga and dvesha. We all have it because we are not jnanis. So, given a situation, immediately whatever the reaction our mind is giving, it is not under our hands. The mind is going to go according to the raga and dvesha. Immediate reaction, knee-jerk reaction. But what is in our hand is whether you encourage your mind to go in that direction or you constantly, actively discourage your mind from going the adverse direction. I have a situation in the office. I am competing with somebody else for a promotion. Unfortunately, the other person got promotion. I did not get promotion. Our immediate reaction is not in our hand. Right? The immediate thought that comes in your mind. It could be happiness for the other person. You are feeling happy because he deserves it more than yourself. Or it could be a krodha. Or it could be a porami. It could be anything. Right? It is okay because you do not have control over the immediate reaction of your mind. Indriyasya indriyasyarthebhyaha raga dvesha vyavastito. So when your mind is programmed in certain way, it is going to act in that way. But what is in your hand is that whether you fuel the fire. If you know that, okay, this is a bad thought, it has come to my mind, you can either shut down that bad thought or you can, revel in that bad thought. That is in your hand. Whether we are shutting down our mind or we are reveling in that bad thought. Whether you are encouraging your mind to have even more bad thought or you are telling your mind, hey, this is a bad thought, let us not do that. We are not going to do that. That is in our hand. That needs constant practice. And the first step in that process is to analyze your mind objectively. That is where most of the people go wrong, because there is no way of easily objectifying your mind. Because we think that my mind is me. Whatever my mind thinks is my thoughts. I am shaped by my mind. We have to understand that your mind is not you. You have a mind, but your mind is not you. I have a dog. I have a dog. I can train my dog. Your mind is exactly like a dog. The dog is going to come with its own qualities. You cannot change the qualities of the dog. But what you can do, you can train the dog. You can train the dog. We see lots of videos in YouTube. Right? I keep food. I say, dog, hey, do not touch it. The dog will probably drool over the food. But if you train the dog fully, the dog will never touch the food. On the other hand, there are so many dogs. கையில சாப்பாடு போடும்போதே it will come and get the food from your fingers. It will even bite the fingers. Both are dogs. Both can be the same breeds of dogs. But one is a trained dog, another is an untrained dog. You want your mind to be like that trained dog. When people go for walking, the dog should follow them. They should not follow the dog. In the same way, in the samsara yatra, your mind should follow you. Even those dogs, they will have problems. But if you train your dog properly, the dog will definitely follow you. If you train the dog properly, the dog will definitely follow you. Your mind is like that dog. Do not have an over importance for your mind. At the same time, do not underestimate your mind as well. It is a greatest tool that Bhagavan has given. Normally, people will read all these things and then they will think that no, 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 my mind is a bad thing. No, 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 mind is never a bad thing. Mind is the greatest gift that Bhagavan has given you. Viddared Atmanad Atmanam, says Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. You have to lift yourself with your mind. Your mind is the reason for your rise. Your mind is the reason for our fall as well. Right? Your mind is the reason for your rise. Without mind, you cannot study Vedanta. For studying Vedanta, you need a mind. Amani Bhavam, ஒரு concept இருக்கு. In Vedanta, there is this concept called as Amani Bhavam, and people will grossly misunderstand this Amani Bhavam as a state without any mind. That is not what is meant by Amani Bhavam. You just cannot have any state without any mind. You only when you probably go to coma, you will have no mind. Or a deep sleep. When you are awake, that type of Amani Bhavam is not possible. So what is the real meaning of Amani Bhavam? To have mind under your control. To have mind under your control. That is the real Amani Bhavam. Indriyasya indriyasyarthe ragadveshau vyavasthitau. Hey, iduna ipdi nampa irkum. Your mind chanchalam hi manafpartha. Chanchalam hi manafpartha. Krishna Gita kandipa சொல்லிட்டார் பின்னாடி. If you take Shivananda Lahari, lots and lots and lots and shlokas Acharya has written about how to train one's mind. Right, so mind it is going to have bad thought. We don't have to feel bad about it. When you should feel bad? When you are trying to increase the bad thought, when you are trying to revel in that bad thought. So as I told you before, the first step in that process is to objectify your mind. And to the friend who asked me those questions, Shyamji, I have reacted very, very badly. I am so ashamed of myself. I don't know why I reacted in such a way. My answer was, that is actually good. Because previously, before, that person was asking, okay, what is the use of studying all these things if I still have all these thoughts? It's a very legitimate question. My answer to that person was, hey, this is not the first time you are in that situation. What situation? Having bad thoughts. Right. I'm pretty sure the person would have gotten lots of bad thoughts before. But what is the difference now is that previously that person did not realize that the thought was bad. Previously, when the same type of thoughts came to that person, they would not have realized that, okay, no, this is a bad thought. I should not have thought like that. But now, because of the exercise of objectifying the mind, they have this thought, no, 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 this is a bad thought. That is a great progress. How many of us can do that? How many of us can objectify our mind, take a step back, and then view the mind as an object, and then tell, hey, no, my mind is not thinking right? How many of us can do that? We will try to find reasons why our mind is thinking in such a way. நான் ரொம்ப நல்லவன் தான், but no, 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 he deserves that. அவன்லாம் அவ்வளவு பண்ணா பாருங்க, நன்னா கிடைக்கட்டும் அவனுக்கு. Somebody is going through bad thing, we'll say all these things. அவனுக்கு எதுவுமே வரப்படாதுன்னு நான் நினைக்கிறேன் தான், ஆனா அவனுக்கு வருது. எல்லாம் அவனோட பிராரம். We will try to reason why our mind is thinking like that. Why? Because we cannot objectify our mind completely. So the first step in, because Krishna here is giving you an action point in the next line. Tayor na vashamagachet. Hey, your mind, your indriya, they all have vasana. They all are going to go behind the things for which they have vasanas for. But do not fall prey into those web. Do not fall prey of your mind. The first step in doing that is to observe your mind. Observe your mind. Observe your mind as a third person. In companies and all, they have this habit of doing an audit, an external audit. It could be a company, it could be for finance, it could be for efficient working. The company is working in such a way, and then they will call external consultant. They will ask the consultant, okay, do we have a streamlined way of working in this company? In factories, they will have this energy audit. They will call specialized people, and then they will be asking this person, okay, come, audit us, tell us where we are going wrong. Finance, they will have external auditors. They will ask those external auditors to come, and then they will say, okay, tell us whether we are spending properly or not. For all these things, there are people there. We have to do that for our mind. We have to do that for our mind. Why? The company has got good auditors. The company has got good engineers. The company has got good management professionals. Why are the companies hiring an external people to do that? Not because they don't believe in their own auditors. Not because they don't believe in their own managers. Not because they don't believe in their own engineers. But because often what happens is that when I design a system, I will not question that system because that is my product. I cannot objectively see. I cannot objectively question the system because I am the one who has designed the system. Right? I am the one who has designed the process. I am the one who has designed the entire engineering process, engineering flow. Right? If I am the one who has designed it, then I cannot question that objectivity. So I have to call in external experts to have an objective look of the system so that my system can be more efficient. In the same way, we have to do that for our mind. But the major difference is that in a company, you can call an external people, they can come to your factory, they can come to your office, and then they can physically verify everything. But we cannot do that for our mind. Who is going to go into your mind? Nobody can go into your mind. So in the case of your mind, tayorna vashamagachet, you have to do an audit. And that audit you yourself can do. You yourself should do. Only you yourself can. No external person can come and audit your mind. And only when you have an objective look with your mind, only when you objectify your mind, only when you take a step back, you can do your mind audit. And only when we do the mind audit, no, only when the company, when they do the energy audit, they can rectify their problems. Only in their company, they can do an external finance audit, they can streamline where the money goes. In the same way, only in your mind, when you do your mind audit, Tayorna Vashamagachet is possible. Very loaded shloka, has got lots of implications for a common man like you and I. We'll see more about this shloka in the next class. Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha Hari Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti